Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and welcome to our Best of 2026 Adventure Helmet Buying Guide. What's up, Speed Addicts fam? Welcome to our Best of Dual Sport Helmet Buying Guide, or also known as ADV helmets or adventure helmets. These are helmets that are great for you adventure bike riders or dual sport riders that want to be able to ride on or off the road. Primarily, you buy this because you want the peak, either because you are trying to deal with roost or the sun, or you just want that adventure helmet look. Now, we've done the hard work to narrow it down to our top 5 picks. There are a lot of adventure helmets on the market at this point in time, but we've narrowed it down to our favorite 5, and we are going to do a quick rundown of each one. Now, remember, if you want to learn more, we have in-depth full-length breakdowns of all the helmets on the table that we're going to be talking about today. The links to those videos are going to be in the description. Now, down there, you will also find links to purchase. So if you want to help out Speed Addicts, we appreciate your support over at speedaddicts.com, your place to buy your next adventure helmet, of course. These are all available for sale, where they'll ship fast free with the industry's best return policy over at speedaddicts.com. Finally, last plug, if you want to shop in person and you're in SoCal, well, come on down to see the world's greatest helmet wall at the Speed Addicts Superstore. We're located in the city of Orange, and we have an amazing selection of all helmets, especially ADV helmets, and an expert staff to help get you fitted and pick the right lid. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into our first helmet for 2026. Okay, we've got our first helmet up here. This is the HJC I-80. Now, this one snuck in because it's actually kind of 2 different categories in one. It is both modular and it is dual sport. Again, to make a helmet considered an adventure or dual sport helmet, that means it's got a face shield on it and a peak, as opposed to a motocross helmet that just has the peak and no face shield. It's meant to be run with goggles. Now, we like the I-80 because it's giving that versatility of having a modular helmet, which some people really love, and it still has the peak for added sun protection. You do have a drop-down sun visor here, all right, so that can deploy for extra protection from the elements. Now, the great thing about the I-80 is it's really high build quality. This is one of HJC's top selling helmets at the moment because it is a nice build quality. It looks great. It's a modern kind of geometric design here. But the shell construction is polycarbonate, which keeps the price down. So we're at $299 for the solid colors in the I-80. So under $300 delivered to your door at speedaddicts.com. Great value. A lot of premium dual sport helmets are up in the $400, $500, $600 range. This one, while it's not cheap, is a really good value. Modular, drop-down sun visor. The peak on this is designed to accommodate the modular and the face shield coming up through here, so we don't have a center stay, and that means that it's going to really flow air nicely over the top of the helmet, keeping it quiet and stable at speeds. You have great ventilation, a massive intake that's easy to work with, this big switch up here on the top that moves back and forward. On the back, we have exhaust. We have a standard D-ring closure for those of you who prefer this to a quick release. A lot of helmets out there are running quick release now. We have a traditional D-ring here. So this is great for someone that's probably going to be primarily on the road because it is modular and drop down, but you can definitely run it in the dirt, and it has a massive eye port. So if you want to run goggles, you can fit your goggles inside of the I-80. There are some great colorways available too over at speedaddicts.com. If you hit the link in the description below, it'll take you to the complete selection of the I-80, and they're always adding new designs and colors. $299 for a helmet that can really do it all over at Speed Addicts. Next up on our list, we have one of our newer dual sport helmets and a new brand to the United States. This is Airoh. Now, Airoh is not new to making helmets. They've been around for a long time, and it's one of Europe's top brands. It's an Italian company, Airoh, and they are known for making high quality, beautiful helmets, and that's what's really set the Commander 2 apart over here at the Speed Addicts Superstore when it's on the shelf. When it's sitting next to some of the other dual sport helmets on the market, it just blows them away in terms of the aesthetics. It's still a great helmet. The quality is there, of course, but the looks on this thing are second to none, and it's inspired by the very popular Airoh Aviator helmet. That's what put Airoh on the map, really. The off-road helmet from Airoh, it's the Aviator 3 now, and so that very aggressive, pointy front end with kind of the scallop bottom look that gives it a really unique look and feel. The Aviator fits great. It does have a drop-down sun visor here. We'll go ahead and pop this up so you can see. So you have the added protection from the sun. Nice coverage there. The helmet is available in multiple colorways. We've kind of got the solid basalt gray. Now the price tag on the Airoh Commander 2, $529 to $579 for the composite shell. but we do expect the carbon fiber version to be here soon. It is going to be incredibly light. It's a full carbon 6K shell. That one's going to be around $679 when it comes in. That carbon one, once it hits the United States, is definitely going to be one to keep your eye on. Massive eye port when you're in this thing. It's kind of a fishbowl effect, and that's another benefit of dual sport helmets. If you've never owned one, compared to a traditional street helmet, you get this motocross chin bar and a massive opening, so you actually have better visibility than your standard street bike helmet. And no, you don't have to be riding in the dirt to own a dual sport helmet with this peak here. So Airoh Commander 2, this has been Airoh's top seller since they came into the United States, and just looking at it, you can see why. It is a killer looking helmet, right around the $500 price point at Speed Addicts. Of course, the link in the description will get you right over there. Next up on our list, we have the Sena Outlander. The Sena Outlander is a new helmet in the Sena Smart Helmet lineup. Now, Sena, you know them as a manufacturer, a top manufacturer of motorcycle intercoms, but their smart helmets are great because it's a plug-and-play option. If you want an adventure helmet and you want the comm system functionality so you can listen to music, listen to your GPS, or talk to your riding buddies, but you're not the type that wants to pull apart the helmet and install the speakers, run all the wires and all that sort of stuff, you don't want to mess around with that, then buy a Sena Smart Helmet. You won't be sorry. Not only is the setup not a factor because it's already done out of the box, you just have to pair it to your phone, you're ready to ride, but the other thing is that it's been engineered to work perfectly with this helmet. So the audio quality and the acoustics, all that sort of stuff, the way that they designed the ear cup to fit in here, and just makes the most incredible sound inside of a motorcycle helmet that you probably have ever heard. So the new generation of Sena helmets, like the Phantom, which is their full face street helmet, or the Outrush 2, which is their modular helmet, and the Outlander, have all been getting exceptional reviews. So this thing, the audio quality is really killer, but the helmet itself is high-end too. It is a composite fiberglass shell. Now the price tag is $599. Not inexpensive, but really you got to remember that they're including one of their top comm systems already installed here, which on its own can run upwards of $300. And you are getting a premium fiberglass construction with the shell. They're not cheaping out and just giving you a polycarb. So $599, well, it's not inexpensive. Huge value here because you're getting both all ready to go. Big eye port, pin lock, prep, face shield. And there are also other smart capabilities like the built-in LEDs up in the front, and you do have a taillight that you can activate with the app in the back. That is a true safety feature and very worth having. While the lights up front are a little gimmicky, but I'm not going to sweat that. The liner interior on all the new Sena Smart helmets also next level. Now remember, if you want the full rundown on the Sena Outlander, hit that link in the description below and you can learn all about it. But huge value, again, for the person that doesn't want to mess with their own comm system install but wants a premium adventure helmet. Here we have Leatt back in the mix. This is the ADV 9.5 from Leatt. This is a very lightweight carbon fiber variant of their adventure helmet. It's going to run $879. If you want something that's extremely lightweight and great off-road, this is one that you should consider. Carbon weave is really great looking. I love the gloss finish, and it comes with a photochromic or transition lens. It does not have a drop-down sun visor. That helps save weight. It actually improves crash protection here by not having the drop-down visor. There's nothing to bounce around in there off-road, and you can more easily just jump in with goggles if you want to run goggles in your ADV 9.5. So this thing is absolutely crushing in terms of premium adventure helmets. This is the guy to beat at the moment. It has their 360 turbines for rotational energy management. Is both DOT and ECE approved. Another thing to consider when you're looking at the Leatt helmets is that they make 3 versions, and they are all essentially the same platform with a few minor tweaks. But you can get down to only $395 if you go with the Leatt ADV 7.5, which is essentially the same helmet, but is a polycarb construction, so it's not quite as light, and it doesn't come with the photochromic lens, but you can buy that separately, and if you don't care about it, then you're about half the price of the one on the table. So Leatt has the 9.5, which is the carbon, then they have the fiberglass variant that's called the 8.5. That'll save you a little bit of money. Still comes with the photochromic shield, but no carbon shell, just fiberglass. And then again, the final 7.5, which is newer, and people are sleeping on that one. The 7.5 is quite good, and it is a polycarb for only $395. So again, This is great on the road. We've tested it against other helmets. It's very quiet in terms of the noise, the road noise out there, but it really shines off-road because it's really, really light. So when you're working hard and you want to run goggles with this thing, it functions a lot like a motocross helmet, but then is great when you get back on the road. You can slam that shield shut and do highway speeds with relatively little noise. Leatt ADV is available in all 3 variants over at speedaddicts.com. Remember, the link's in the description below. And finally, we have the Nexx X.Rally. If you're not familiar with Nexx, you should be. They are one of the top producers out of Europe, and they actually design and make all their helmets in Europe, which is rare these days. This is a Portuguese company, and they make beautiful carbon, composite, and polycarbonate helmets. Now, the Nexx X.Rally is meant to be their hardcore dual sport helmet. And by hardcore, I mean it is their lightest one. They've removed some of the features on that Nexx X-Wed, which has been their long-running adventure helmet, to make a helmet that is more hardcore, more light. So there is not a drop-down visor, and this thing is incredibly light. It's just as light as that Leatt ADV 9.5 that I just showed you. It has more organic and kind of interesting lines on it. This red carbon showing through the gloss finish, incredible. So the carbon version of the Nexx X.Rally is not inexpensive, coming in at around $869. They do have a composite version that's not carbon, right? It's fiberglass, and that comes in at $599 to $729. So if you want to save a few bucks, that one is about 3 ounces heavier, not a big difference, but very, very light. What you also need to know about the Nexx X.Rally is that it is the best ventilated adventure helmet on the market. And when I show you the top of this thing, it is easy to see why. These are all enormous, enormous vents that are paired with a very interestingly designed EPS system to flow the most air that we've ever experienced in an adventure helmet. So this thing is going to keep you cool. If you ride in hot conditions, not only do you have those 3 massive windows up on the top, but you also have these little brow vents down low. So you are flowing a ton of air, massive chin bar vent too. So if staying cool is your priority, then you should go with a Nexx X.Rally. Now, the thing to consider about flowing that much air is that it's not necessarily the quietest on the market. In terms of noise, I would call it average, but in terms of ventilation, I would call it the best, and I'm not joking around there. It can be used with goggles, and it does have kind of a little goggle retention with this diffuser on the back, and so it absolutely looks beautiful in the color carbon variants. This thing is selling out quickly though, so if you want one of these, you might need to put in an in-stock notification over at speedaddicts.com so you get an email when the next shipment comes in, because there's really nothing out there like this with the colored carbon. It's a unique piece and available at speedaddicts.com. It is also DOT and ECE rated. It runs true to size, 3 shell sizes. Great pick, and that is the last in the lineup of our favorite adventure helmets for 2026. Again, you can buy them all at Speed Addicts. The links are in the bottom. You want the full breakdown, we got those too. You want to come shop in person, come say hi to me and producer Matt. Hi, there's a window right here in the studio. You can actually watch where the show is produced. We'll see you down here in the city of Orange at the Speed Addicts Superstore, and we'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.